Hey gamers, welcome back to Daily Akari number 401. K4 Risk. I might have seen this or Karis. I mean, I'm a Dead Mouse fan. I should know my leet speak already. I think I've seen this name before, but maybe not. Seems a little familiar. Difficulty medium. Medium's really like the most wild card of all the difficulties, so it could be really easy or really hard. Let's see. Um, so see. It's one of these two right here. It's not going to be here. Just simple corner elimination there. These are the same. You can knock out two things that have the same effect because there's only going to be one solution. Let's see, this is just a mirror over here. See, I'm not seeing anything super obvious over here. Let's see, so it's not going to be both of these because that would block off this one here. It could be here and here. It's not going to be here and here. It could be here and here. Right, so these are going to be like across from each other. No, it could be here and here as well. And that would mean this is here. Um, Yeah, like I said, medium difficulty is pretty wild card out there. Like, looking at this, I would want to say this is more hard. Um, hmm. Let's see. If it's like two on the top here, it's not going to be here and here because there would be nothing to fill up that one. Um, if it's these two above the squares, then it will be here. And then there's two ways it could go over here. If it were this corner, though, creating these two squares, it would be here and then here. And then it would have to be here. And then, so it can't be this corner because that would block off these two spaces, which would mean both of them would have to go here, which they can't because this is a one. Um, let's see, it's going to be one of these two. So if it goes here, it can't go here because that would mean this goes here, and then oh, wait, hang on, could I go there? Let me double check that. Um, yeah, I think it could go in this space right here. Thought I got an elimination, but I guess not. Hmm. Can I prove the same about this corner as I did about this corner? So let's see. This would go here. This would go here. Oh, and I think, yeah, that completely blocks off this one. Hang on. Let me double check that. Doot, 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 doot. Yeah, okay. So I can prove it's not here. It's gotta be one of these two, and one of these two. Hmm. I'm a bit stumped now. Let's see if it goes on this corner. This would go straight down and across. Um, but it can't go in this corner because that would block off this one here. I can't prove that in reverse because, like, there's a regular 0 square there. Or no, this is technically a 0 square. This is just a blank. Whatever. Um, so I'm gonna have to look a bit further to see if I can prove that in reverse. So this would go here. This would go here. This would go here. And then this one would be completely blocked off as well. Probably haven't been focusing on these ones right here enough. Um, I don't know. Hang on. Oh wait. So if let's say this row is blocked off here, um, would there be a way to get everything? No, so it has to be one of there has to be like at least one, or there can only be one, but there has to be one touching one of these four over here, which means this gets a corner elimination. Let's see. Oh wait, why didn't I put one there earlier? Because that's a pretty easy corner elimination. Just looking at these two right here would block off that. Hmm. um, let's see. I can prove it's not here because that would mean this goes here, which would block this one off. Hang on. I can probably also prove that it's not going to be either of these two, just like in reverse of what I did for this row. See if it goes on one of the sides, then yeah, I think it would work out. If it goes on the middle, same thing. There's multiple possibilities for how this top part could work so far, but wait, hang on. Oh, right. I was looking at trying to prove it can't be both of these two, but that's already knowable just by the fact that there's a 1 here. Wait, I can prove it's not here because that would block out these two, which would put them both here. I really have no idea where to look right now. I don't know why we're getting puzzled this hard for like this early in the week. Alright, let's just look at the long game for if it's these two, it's this one. And then it's these two, that blocks off there. And then it's here, and that blocks off there. And then one of the sides would have to be here. Let's see. This would block up here. So it would have to be this one over here, should mean this over here. And did either of these get blocked out? I don't think they did. Oh wait, right, this one got blocked out, so I think this one would have nowhere to place it, so it can't be both of these two. Um, Let me just double check that. So, zoop, zap, boop, pop, boop. Yeah, both of these would only have a spot here and here, um, which conflicts with each other, so it's not both of these two. And then, let's say it's both of these two. So across the top there. There would be one here. Should mean here. And then also here. And then this one would be completely blocked off. So it's not both of these two. So it has to be across vertically or across horizontally. So let's say it's across horizontally. I'm just doing process of elimination here. Let's see, this is blocked off. This is blocked off. That doesn't necessarily conflict with each other, but it couldn't be here or here. Let's see, this would be here. These would both be here. This would go across the bottom here, which means this would be here. And then this would be here. And then is this blocked off? I don't think this would be blocked off. Okay, but then this would be here and this would be here. That seems to work out, so let's look at what if it were vertical instead of horizontal. This would go here, this would go here, and this I think would have to go here. Hang on, vertical, dude. It couldn't be here, because then, wait, hang on. Right, this would be blocked off, so it would have to be here. And then this would go here and this would go here. Now let's just look at if both of these are lit up, if that would create any complications. This would go along the bottom here. I'm not seeing any conclusions you could draw from that. So let's look at it again. If it's vertical, that means this is blocked off. And it would go here, should mean this would go here. This would go here. This would go here. Hang on, this would be blocked off, right? This is vertical, there has to be one here. I'm really losing my train of thought here. I don't know why they rated this one medium. Is there something I'm just not seeing? Let's see, so if it's vertically across, it's blocked off. And then it's this one. And then here. And then also this one. This is blocked off. All here. And this goes here. Which Means this goes here and here. But, okay. Yeah, that wouldn't work, because, there would be a light here blocking this off. And I think all that would get blocked off. Just by everything else going on. So, it's not there and there. Which means it's here and here. Alright. And hopefully I did that all right. Oh no! Oh no! I did it wrong. Okay. Because, these two conflict, and there's nothing to light this up. Alright. Gosh dang it. Alright. I've lost it all. Can't go here, because that would block off this one. Can't go here or here, because one solution. This is painful. Why do I do this to myself? Let's see if it's any of these four, then this could go here, this could go here, and then both of those two would be blocked off. So safe to say none of those, and none of these. It gives me a corner elimination here. It gives me an elimination here, because if it were to go here, it would also go here, and both those would be blocked off. Okay. Can prove it's not these two. So if it's these two, it's this one, and this one, this one, this one, and this one. Do any of those conflict? These two, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Let's see. Seems to work out so far. Can I just prove it's not here? Because I think that would do me some good. I think if I can prove it's not here, and I can prove it's not here, it would tell me it would have to be here. Or no, because it could just be here. Well, can I prove it's not here then? So let's see. I'll cut off this. And this would go here, this would go here. And then it would be these horizontally. Which I think we've proven out works, unless I made like a faulty X the first time. So I'm just going to double check. So this goes here. This goes here, this goes here. And then we'd have to go here and here. Except, oh yeah, that would like completely block off this 2 here. You can only put 1 here. So it can't go here. And now, can I prove it's not here in the middle one? So if that's the case, both of these are lit up. This would go across here. This would go here. And then these 2 would conflict with each other, so it's not here. So I think that means I can prove it's there. And that tells me a lot less than I thought it would. Let's see, if it's either of these 3, which there's like a 75% chance of that being true, I can prove it wouldn't be any of these or any of these. Wait, hang on, can I prove that it's none of these 3 or this one? So let's say this is all blue here, no changes. This would go here, and then these 2 would go here, this would go here, this would go here and here, I think, or hang on, would it? So these 2 would go here, this would go across here, and then, yeah, I think there would be multiple solutions there. So these 2, this one, so this is happy, and then you could put 1 here, here, or here. No, actually you wouldn't be able to put it here because then these 2 would conflict. But that's only if these 2 are lit up. Or only if this one's lit up. Which would mean this would have to go here. And that doesn't seem to conflict with anything in this hypothetical so far. Well, let's look at here. If it's here, then there would be 1 here and here. And then there would be 1 here, and then this one would get completely blocked off. So I can prove it's not here. Can I prove it's not this one? Let's see. So this would go across here and down here. This would go here, this would go here. This would go here, which is fine. This goes here. This could go here, this could go here, this could go here, and that works. Which one is blocked off? Oh, right. So that wouldn't really tell me anything. Let's see, it can't be across vertically here because that would mean this one gets blocked off. Because it would block here, and then you'd have to put one here. So it can't go across vertically, it can't be here and here, it can't be here and here. Could it go across horizontally? Let's see if it goes across horizontally. That would mean there's one here, one here. So let's see, both of these would be blocked off, and there would have to be one here. And then this would have to go here. Hang on, which square am I testing again? Right, if it's across horizontal. So, zip, zap, zop. Dude, dude. So there would be one here, then one here. And then it would have to be one of these two and one of these two. Which seems to work, I think. Yeah. So that looks like very much a possibility. This is hurting my brain. I don't like this. I need me a drink of my sparkling water. I love me my sparkling water. Let's just look at if it's here, because I haven't seen anything lead me to say there'd be a light here. So it could be either here or here, I think. Could it be here? No, it couldn't be. It would have to be here, and then there would have to be one here. So hang on. If there's one here, all of these get blocked off. And then it would have to be one of these two. Okay. I think the same applies in reverse, so if there's one here, hang on. What am I looking at? So if if it's here. I thought I had a realization and I just lost it. Wow. Um, so if this goes here, this. Hmm, if this goes here. Well, my brain not happy right now. If there's a light here. I'm repeating myself. Hmm. This light goes here. There would have to be one here or here. Oh, right. Okay, I got it. So if there's a light here, it wouldn't be allowed to be here because that would block off these and these, which would mean these two would still need one and they'd conflict with each other. Um, but if it's here and it's here, that would work out fine. So that was the realization I thought I had. Can't believe it took me that long to come back to me. So if it goes here, um, there couldn't be one here, which would mean there would have to be one here and here. Which means here and here, because there would be one here. And that would completely block this one off. Let me double check that. If it goes here, there would have to be one here, and then one here, and one here, here, and here. And that's completely blocked off. So in both cases of whatever this one is, it can't be here. Okay, finally. Now that tells me it can't be any of these, it can't be any of these, because if it would be, both of these, one of these would get blocked off by the other. And then that means this can only be lit up by this piece, and then... I feel like that gives me a lot of information, but I don't know what. Let's see, if there were to be a light here, this would be X'd out, and then there would be nothing to light up this one here, so it can't go here, which means it goes here. Then there has to be one here. And does that solve the puzzle? I really hope it's solved now. Come on. Okay. I feel like there's two solutions here. Wait, no, because there's this smiley, so can't be these, because that would make them conflict. Get the feeling there's going to be one here. Yep. That was painful. 63% accuracy. Not my best run. I don't know how I messed up the first time, but I don't know. This was a weirdly convoluted one, especially for this early on in the week. For a Tuesday? What a crazy week, huh? Alright. Well, that's it. Uh, thanks for putting this on, whoever you are. Bye-bye.